Right, so hello. Today I'm coming at you from my mum's attic, which is pretty cool. There's all sorts of junk knocking around in here, but it's a nice big light space. So yeah, here we are. Oops. So health and safety stuff. Make sure you're in an appropriate space for doing exercise, like my mum's attic. Make sure you don't do anything that's painful, don't do anything that you're not sure of. So anything that you think, don't think my body should be doing this, or don't quite understand what Eve's trying to make me do, don't do it. It will do you damage. And on a recorded class, I can't tell what's going on. That's the health and safety stuff. Let's do this. Oops, I'm just going to bring my phone with me. I've managed to forget everything today. So I always come to my mum's house on a Thursday morning, and she takes Isaac while I do this class, so just moving your neck. But yeah, I've managed to forget my blocks, my mat, you name it. I haven't got it today, but it's fine. I always say if you haven't got a block, use a book. Look what's behind me. So just dropping your head side to side. If I drop my head to the right, push your shoulder down. Drop my head to the left, push the shoulder down. And then little head rolls, just right and left. And then from here, when you're ready, bring your head to centre. Just give me those shoulder circles. So I'm quite achy today, I think. A bit much pole this week. Bringing those arms up, bringing the elbows up. So a nice stretch will do me some good. Big old circles with the arms, and you know it, squeeze and round, so your spine is joining in with this. And make it really definite. At the top, try and really push those arms back. And change directions, squeeze. So I'm just looking around to see if there's anything I can use as a yoga strap. I might be able to find something. Okay, and then from here, just take it into your little twists. So the twist, I can really feel this in my upper back, kind of where the rib cage attaches. Remember to allow your knees to twist with you. And let's take it into our side bends. So from here, big side bend. And then keeping the spine flat, going through the centre. And into another side bend. Remember, straight elbows when you're doing a side bend. So the bend is definitely coming from your waist, not from your elbows. I know when my mum first moved here, I had my eye on this attic to be an awesome kind of yoga and Pilates studio. It's lovely in here. Instead, it's where my mum keeps her junk. Okay, from here, hold this one, look to the ceiling, give me those arm circles. So we're going 3, turn your hand 2, and 1, then change directions, 3, and 2, and 1. Go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Hold it, brace your abs. Arm comes up 3 times, 2 times, oh these kill me, and 1. Up through the centre, changing sides. Whew. So we're looking to the ceiling, palm to the ceiling, 3 circles, and 2 circles, and 1, then changing directions, 3, and 2. Same thing, really try and push those arms around, 1. Woo. Go a bit deeper, brace your abs. So when I say brace your abs, I kind of mean just tense it all down there. And 3, 2, I can't breathe when I do these. 1, bring your head back to centre. Woo, and into our little hip circles here. So my shoulders are staying still, and it's the pelvis and the hip sockets that are pretty much moving here. And then change directions. So all this mobility is just getting the joints prepared for being pushed around into weird positions. Okay, if you bring your hands to your head this time, and I'm just doing circles. The circle is coming from the upper back and sort of rib cage area. So I'm not really circling my neck so much as circling my upper back. Let's do 3 each way. How far can you bend? So I'm looking for a stretch in my upper back here, looking for a stretch in the side of the ribs. Oh, I can't speak in this position, but you know it, looking for that nice kind of pull into the chest and these pec muscles. Change directions after 3. 1. And and 2. So take it back, and 3. Whew. Okay, let's do some squats then. So remember, narrow squats, you want to get your bum as low as your knees. You want to take your legs or knees pointing the same way your feet are doing, and keeping that spine reasonably straight. Feels a little bit like you're sticking your bum out, pushing your chest forwards, I think, for some people. Whew. So I'm starting to feel nice and warm in here. Then taking those feet wider into those plie squats. Oops. Same thing, get your bum as low as your knees. There it is. Whew. Okay, we're going to hold one down right there. See if you can go a little bit lower than usual. Just push your knees apart. Have a little squish side to side. Ooh. And we're going to come up as slow as we possibly can. So lift your chest, release those arms. We're coming up super, super slow. Slow, slow, slow. Yeah. Let's do that again. So dropping down. Just give your knees a little push. You can use your hands if that feels better. So quite low with this. Just jiggling around a little bit. All right. Coming up in a slow count of 5 to the top. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more, just for fun. Wah, take it down. Push it side to side. So all sorts of good stuff's happening in those hip sockets right now. Ooh. Up we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, deep squats. So I'm going all the way down into my deep squat. From here, round your spine, roll your way back up. Arms to the ceiling, all the way down, trying to keep your spine lifted for the whole thing, and roll your way back up. One more. And all the way back up. So we're going to roll down the other way this time. Rolling it down. Into your squat. Oh, chest up, arms up, and push. Roll it down. So we're doing 3 of each version. Everything's starting to feel loosening off now a little bit. Chest up. And last one. Bye-bye. Push. Okay, taking it into our IYTs at this point. So, again, I'm just looking at handy items around my mum's attic. If you do have something you can just lean your chest on, it's a lot nicer to do these exercises than having to stand there. So I can quite happily just get comfortable, relax my lower back, bum bum, start doing these IYT exercises. If you don't have anything, and I'm going to assume you don't right now, then you just have to basically bend over and present your bum. Okay, so slightly soft through the knees. Here we go. So 10 eyes. Here we go. So eye shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then the Y. And I'm just looking in the reflection here. It does look like one arm's going higher than the other. 3, 4, there we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're doing that 10 times IYT. So your arms are basically making an I shape above your head. And I'm trying to lift because this arm's not pulling its weight. I, Y, and T. 2, Y, and T. 3, Y, T. 4, woo, and 5. Just getting that nice warm feeling into the upper back. 6, Y, and T. 7, whoo, and 8 and 9. Woo, last one, 10. Y and T. Oh, feeling those today. I'm going to do the front chicken exercise. This one's for me. It's not going to achieve much in terms of back bends and so forth, but it's just nice if you've done a lot of pole or aerial, or you just want a nice little stretch. Basically, you're placing your knuckles to your waist, and then I'm coming down. It's a bit of a weird one, hooking my arms between my knees. Oh, it's really nice. Then I'm using my knees to push my arms in and give me a pretty good upper back stretch. Oh. So yeah, this one's just for me because I'm a bit achy right now. Woo. Okay, find you out that one. Let's do our leg raises. Whew. So I'm going to hold on to this bookshelf for my balance, you know, 5 of each. Remember, as you get better at these, you'll find you start kind of sinking into like almost a comfortable range and just, you know, doing it without thinking. Remember to push as high as you can. It should always be kind of unpleasant. So keep your body up and lifted. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that leg as high as possible. 5. Keeping your posture, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it up as high as possible. Tap all the way up. 1. Tap and 2 and 3, 4, and hold it. 5. Hold it. 1. Up, 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 up. 2, 3. Straight knees. 4 and 5. So you should always be getting a slight kind of feeling with these, because the higher you go, or the better you get, the higher it should be. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. Here it comes. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Active flexibility. Hold it. 5. Tap down. 1 and lift. 2 and lift. The standing leg is straight. 3 and 4. Ready to hold it. 5. Huh. 1, 2. Straight knees. 3, 4 and 5. Let's change sides. Here we go. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it up. 5. That leg extends. 1 and release. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out there. 5. Tap down. 1 and lift. 2, 3, 4. Hold it at the top. 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep pushing to make your limit further every time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it up. 5. Tap out. Sorry, extend out. 1. As high as you can. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm definitely warm now. Hold it. 5 and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it at the top. 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Oh my goodness. Okay, so again, I've got all this junk around me today, so it's quite handy to demonstrate what I'm meaning usually when I say these things. You might prefer to have your hands on something. If you find coming all the way to the floor is just messing you up and your knees are bending, your back's rounding, then by all means use a chair, an object, a box like I've got here, because we're going to go into our lifts here. It's my one flexible area. I've naturally got quite flexible hamstrings, so I'm perfectly comfortable with a straight spine and hands to the floor. But if you're not, use an object or blocks. Okay, here we go. So I'm coming down, sticking my bum out, and just doing a little back of thigh stretch. Ooh. You might, if your hands are to the floor, want to place your hands under your feet. That'll just lift the feet and pull the calf muscle slightly more if you want to go there. Whew. Remember, how close my head comes to my legs isn't necessarily an indication of being more flexible. It's just that I can round my back. We're trying to obviously close this area, belly to thighs. Try and drive your shoulders back from your ears rather than shrugging. Okay. So we're going to do 20 little leg lifts here, and then we're going to lift out of those leg lifts into an arabesque. So, feel free to have your hands on something. Remember, try not to let your hips twist. So I'm using my bum muscle, keeping both legs straight, to lift that leg to its limit. That's my limit right there. All right, little pulses. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now, use your balance. Look at the floor to balance for this. You can look at me first and then set off on your own journey. I'm looking at the floor to try and come up. Woo! Into an arabesque. So the hips are square. I'm using my bum muscle. Whoa! And I'm really struggling with my balance here. There we go. Take it back down. Let's do it again. Whoa! And 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. You might find that the leg you're standing on starts to ache. That's all part of the fun. 7, 6, 5, straight knees. 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're coming back up to our arabesque. So use that bum muscle on the back leg. Woohoo! And let's change sides. So of course, if you are really struggling to balance, you could do this near a wall or like me near my bookshelf, just putting your hands on something if you need to do that. Whoa, feeling those. Okay, let's go again. So I'm on the other side, keeping my spine nice and straight. Let's just do that forward fold first of all. You can always put your hands under your feet if you can reach comfortably there. And I'm really trying to tilt my bum and tailbone up to the ceiling. When I did the expert training course for stretch and flexibility, we had to do like a little exam at the end of the day. And you had to choose an exercise to teach, and of course everyone chooses the simplest exercise so they don't have to think too hard. We did so many of these I can't even count, and my thighs were ruined. It's not a big exercise, it's not an impressive one. If you do this enough, Jesus, you feel it down your thighs next day. Okay, leg lift, here it comes. Make sure you're doing the other leg. Sounds silly, but sometimes you forget which leg to do. So I'm coming up as high as I can without twisting. The lower your head goes, it makes sense, the higher you can push that leg. Ready for some pulses? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Feel the glutes work. 14, 13. I've got a stretch on the standing leg too. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the leg lifted, and we're coming up to the arabesque position. Now I know my left leg is weaker, so I'm standing on my left leg right now. So I suspect, my balance might be a bit worse. Oh my goodness, there it is. Lift that back leg as high as you can, and down we go. Do it again. So you can always have your hands on something, you know that. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it up there. 1. Lifty, 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 lifty. Arabesque. Keeping that back leg as high as possible. Woo. Oh my goodness. And come out of it. So basically, when you're trying to do these sort of stretches, remember you need to have strength and control in a stretched position. So apart from using my bum on the back leg, I'm also quite solid stretch here and trying to use the muscle in a stretch position to come up. So that's kind of the theory behind these things. Go on, let's take it down to the floor and do a little cat-cow stretch here. So just nice and easy. Just, I always think, gives you a little break for a second doing these ones. So you want to tuck your tailbone, push forward with your hands, and stick your tailbone up and pull back with your hands. And you're kind of pushing your chest bone forwards. So tuck, I'm just keeping an eye on the time, yeah. And coming up. 2 more. So down and up, and then 1 more down and up. So for me, this just gives me a little rest after doing those leg lifts. Oh. Okay, so I thought this might be a fun one today. I'm going to turn to face you guys. So I'm going to lift my back leg high. This is going to be really, it's an all-round kind of general hip exercise, and you'll feel it, of course, in your glutes, because glutes are the key to everything. So I'm bringing that leg as high as I can. Now you can't even see my leg right now, even though I'm pushing as hard as I can. So I'm going to bring my body down to get the leg higher. Yeah. From here, I'm going to start twisting, using my bum muscle to send that leg back. Oh, legs coming down. Take it as wide as you can. I think I'm going to kick a load of bags here. Oh, and back up. And to get my leg higher, head's coming down. Let's do 2 more. So I'm going to arch. Remember, everything's connected. When you really start to move, if I move my leg, my spine's going to arch. Whew. And then I'm going to come down. And you sort of just let your body go with the movement as high as possible. Bubble wrap. Every attic has some bubble wrap. And 1 more. So the hip is really circling. I'm letting my spine come with this. I want to reach a little bit wider with that leg, except for the bubble wrap. And let's change direction. So coming wide, down, across. So if I want to get my leg up, I'll take my body even lower. 2 more. Woo! To get my leg across as far as possible, I'm going to tilt away. So really try and use your whole body as a unit for this one. And 1 more. So if I lean that way, it'll help me get my leg across. I can feel my thighs touching each other at this point. Coming up and wide. Oh, bum muscles, bum muscles, bum muscles. And there we go. Let's change sides. So I don't think there's anything to kick on this side for me. Whew. So I'm using my butt, I'll just show you from the side, using my glutes to lift the leg as high as possible. When I reach my limit to go as high as possible, then I'm coming down. And actually, it's almost a split here, isn't it? Woo! So it doesn't matter which direction, we're doing 3 circles each way. Here we go. So I'm using my torso to allow this thing to go bigger. I'm getting this circle as big as possible. But definitely feeling it right there, which is good, because that's going to help your back leg in your splits. 2. And of course my knee is straight. These trousers make my leg look a little bit bent, but it's the shape of my trousers. So that's 3 circles for me, changing directions. Feel your thighs squeeze together at this point. 1. Whew. And 2. Last one. Squeeze. Trail. Lift. And 3. Ooh. Let's do some standard hip flexor stretches then. We kind of end up doing this stretch every single time with no real variety to it, but it's because it's the best way to stretch your hip flexors, in my opinion. So you want to take one leg forwards, stick your bum out, just feel it, that's not right, that's wrong, but then tuck your tailbone under, try and tense the butt cheek of the back leg, making sure the hips aren't twisting, and hello, hip flexor stretch, as always. Whatever leg is at the back, you might want to lift the same arm, so it's my left leg and left arm here, and tilt to a side bend. The anatomy of the hip flexors, the muscle goes up through the pelvis and connects into the lower back. So if I can actually add a little bit of side bend as well, it's just putting a teeny bit more stretch where the muscle and tendon attach into the spine. Okay, move your foot forwards, keeping your body as upright as possible. Drop down. There we go. So keep tucking the tailbone, using your butt cheek at the back. I kind of feel while we're here, I need to explain this poster. This is my brother-in-law, and he's a politician on the Isle of Man. And yeah, my mum's obviously very proud of him, because that's my vote for Rob Callister, or her vote for Rob Callister poster, back when he was trying to get in. But yeah, now you've noticed it, he's watching us. Okay, scoot the front leg forwards a little bit further. Let's do some circles. So I'm just going to do 3 circles each way. It doesn't matter which direction because we're doing both anyway. 1. So really emphasise the upper back. Get the squeeze through the shoulders. 2. And this is where in a minute you might want some blocks as well. 3. And then I'm changing directions. 1. And 2, and 3. So, if you have some blocks, that's lovely. I just find it's nicer to put my hands on, so I've got short arms. I'm going to raise the back leg, so to do this, front leg's going to go a little bit further forwards, just to increase the stretch on my hip. Rolling forwards over that knee, and bending the back leg. Now this leg is my bad side, which is why I've chosen to do this one first. It tends to want to go sideways, so I'm really working to keep my foot in line with my butt cheek. Whew. Okay, so I've been trying to do this for a while now. This leg doesn't do it, the other leg does, but all I'm going to do is arch and try and get a hold of that foot. So now I'm coming back with this arm, and I normally walk my hand down my head and hope to find my foot, which as yet I still haven't got there. Oh my goodness. What I have got is cramp, yay! But we're getting there. Whew. I think I need a mirror to be able to do that one properly. Okay, while we're here, let's not ease out of this just yet. Release that back leg down. Bring it down to 1 arm or 2 arms to the floor. And this is the illusion one. It makes you look like you're doing amazing splits, when maybe you're not as flexible as you actually look. I'm wedging this arm under the leg. Ooh. And then I'm going to use the front of the thighs. There's quite a lot of strength to this, to straighten this leg. And I'm peeping at you guys from underneath. So from the side, this looks pretty impressive. I'll just show you the same thing from the front. It's not quite as impressive, because it's not a real split. You can see my legs going quite a long way out to the side there. Whew. Let's change legs. So we're back to hip flexors. Whew, I'm moving slowly. You can tell when I'm in a good stretch because I really have to slow down. We are halfway through the class, folks. Yes. Other leg. Bum out, tuck under, boom, hip flexors. Ooh. So you want to tense. Remember, tensing one side releases the other, and muscles work in pairs. And they're usually quite obvious, you know, back of thigh, front of thigh, back of arm, front of arm, back of hips, front of hips. So tense here will release here. Ooh. From there you can then add that little side bend. So this is just opening. You can imagine the spine inside is just stretching on one side a little bit where the muscle actually attaches into the lower back. Okay. Woo. Front leg further forwards. Keep your bum tucked under and sink down. So the body wants to be nice and vertical. Hips want to be pointing square straight forwards. Tell you what, I am actually really warm now, so I think it's time to lose that. Okay. And let's do some circles. So it's really coming from here. You can even see now where my little crop top is, that's the movement. This bit's not really part of it just yet. So whichever direction you want to go, 3, squeeze at the back, around, 2, and last one, and then changing directions, 3, oof, and 2, last one. Ooh. So now I'm going to just take my front leg a teensy bit further forwards just to increase the stretch and drop slightly lower. If you can, see if you can bend the back leg. And maybe you're happy just doing that. Maybe you just want to reach back and pull it. Or again, just my little ongoing project at the moment is to try and be able to hold that foot, which I can usually do on this side. Oh. Although today feels a bit crampy. No, I don't think I can reach today. Whoa! Yeah, some days you got it, sometimes you don't. Woo! Okay, let's take it lower. I'm just going to move a bit so I don't kick the furniture. Whew. And then you can always just hug around that leg. Extend the bottom leg using the front of the thigh and ba-bum. So you can sort of see from this angle it's not quite as splitty as it really looks at certain points. Okay. Ay, 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 ay. Let's release that off. Woo! Okay. So just doing a couple of hamstring stretches, a little bit of splits, then we'll work on our back bends. So just a normal standard hamstring stretch today. So remember, bottom leg can be bent or straight. I prefer straight, but it is kind of at this stage is whether it's comfortable or not. Let's do some circles. So I'm bending this knee and then I actually use my lower abs as well to really try and get as much happening. Bending this knee and bringing the leg as close to my body as possible and extending that leg. So that's actually quite tense for me. I'm not just lifting my leg, I'm really pulling it in. Let's do 3 circles. Take it wide, across, squeeze it across. Try and keep your tailbone on the floor for this one though. So you don't want to be rolling around too much on the ground. And, 1. So at that point where it's coming towards you, really give it all. And, 2. Woo-wee. Change directions. 3. 1. So lots of lovely, lovely hip mobility here. The hip socket's having a great time today. 2. And 3. Okay, let's give it a hamstring stretcher. So remember, the knee wants to be straight. If it's not behaving itself, ideally you want to use your thigh muscle, push it straight. If the thigh is just refusing today, sometimes I get lazy and just use my arm to push. Take a breath in as you exhale. Pull it a bit further. So remember, your passive stretch is very likely to go further than your active stretch. I can pull my leg quite a lot further now. So try taking the leg across the body. At this point, really keep that tailbone planted on the ground. I can feel the stretch here. And again, my knee doesn't want to be straight, so I'm just telling it to behave. And then taking the leg wide, but not too wide. I'm sort of aiming it just next to my head. If you have got straight legs, try and tense the butt cheek of the bottom leg to send that leg down. Because you'll find as you go, it sort of starts to do this. So push it down. Feeling these today. All right. Roll it back to centre. Pull it in as tight as you can. Switch on those abs. Let go. And release. Let's change sides. We've got 3 circles each way. I tell you, I'm tired now. Really pulling it in. Here we go. 1. So it's not really down there. Doesn't really matter. So from about here onwards, this is the good stuff. Now, squeezy, 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 squeezy. 2. I'm kicking a box with my feet. And 3. So remember, as it comes towards you, that's where you give it a little bit extra. Pull it in. Oh, changing directions. Oh. I guess for this one you've got to have a straight leg at the bottom or the circles won't work. 2, straight leg. Woo, and 3, pull it in there and give it some. And when you're ready, pull that leg a bit closer. Tense the bum cheek of the bottom leg. So see if you can pull a little bit more. Okay, take the leg across the body, knee straight. Oh, and I can feel that right down that outer hamstring area. Woo. And then taking the leg wide. And trying again, you can see it sort of lifts the bottom leg. So I want to tense my butt cheek and push the bottom leg down as best I can here. Back to centre. Use those abs, keep that leg where it is, and then lower it. La 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 la. Okay, time for some splitty goodness then. Oh, so I haven't got a yoga mat, and this carpet's really rough where I am. So yeah, might lose my skin a little bit. What we're going to do is go halfway to where we think our splits is, and hold. 3/4 of the way and hold, and then as far. So if your split is, I don't know, here, then halfway would be here. Yeah, obviously. I'm hoping nobody's that bad. I'm going to hold on to this cardboard box, just as a little something to help me balance. Okay, so I know my split is more or less flat, so I'm going to say here's about halfway for me. So once we're in our halfway split, we're going to push like hell down into the floor to tense the legs. Remember, you need that strength and control. So here we go. And yeah, we probably will need something to hold on to. Tense that back bum cheek and push. Let's stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Try and keep your torso upright for the whole thing. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then going to go about 3/4 of the way to the floor. Back knee is straight. And 10, 9, 8, 7. Push, push the legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I'm going to let the whole thing go all the way as far as I can. Again, if you're not flat to the floor in your splits, feel free to wedge something under that front bum cheek. Whew. And let's try and push into the floor here. So I'm pushing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Using the legs, of course. 3, 2, and 1. Settle down. So I'm hoping you did bad side first. I did. Yay! Normally I forget. Let's come out of this and change sides. Woo! Ay, ay. Okay. So, I'm going to turn around. I think that's the easiest for me. So, about halfway to where your splits is. So if you're not flat to the floor, just take a guess. Here we go. Straight legs and push for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then slide it a little bit further to about 3/4 of the way to your good splits. Whew. So again, I'm going to straighten both legs. Here it comes. 10, 9, 8, 7. So ideally I should have something each side of my body. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. And you know it, make sure you're not twisting. So my back knee should be pointing straight to the floor. Hips should be pointing square straight forwards. Let's push this bad boy. So we got 10, 9, push the knees straight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, take a breath in, 1, and exhale, let gravity pull you into place. Ooh, so I'm just breathing right now. Legs are stiffer than I thought today. All right, and again, find you out of that. Oh. Okay, let's do some little cobras here. So nothing too fancy, just ordinary cobra. You don't need my legs, they're just out of camera and that's fine. Okay, so just starting, let's do just straight up and down actually, mobility. It's just nice to do some mobility. Oh, so mobility is just getting the joints to move, it's not really pushing the muscles too far just yet. So I'm rolling up through the upper back, then the middle back. So think of your spine working in sequence, in sections, and down. Let's do 4 more up and down. If you want to go a bit higher, just move your hands further back. But really feel like a piece of sellotape being gradually peeled off the floor. You're not just shooting up, you're peeling down your body bit by bit by bit. 3, 2 to go. So right now I'm not pushing to my maximum stretch. 4. Hold the last one up at the top. And 5. And then into some circles to the side and down, across and up. 3 each way, so there's 2. And 1. Changing directions. Get to the top. Other way we go. And if you want to know what this movement is defined as, it's called circumduction. So when your spine is doing this, the spine is circumducting. Oh, fun fact for the day. Woo, okay, take it back to the floor. Remember, the upper back is the area most people need to try and bend more than the lower back, although of course lower back's part of it. So I'm going to leave my lowest ribs on the ground, prop up on my elbows, drive those shoulders down, and those 3 points on the chest. Push the collarbones forwards and lift. Push the chest bone forwards and lift. Push the tip of the chest bone forwards and lift. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, find your way down. So now going a little bit closer to the mid-back. The upper back's going to bend first. And you can see my ribs are on the floor. I'm going to lift my rib cage off the floor, but the lower half of my belly is still on the ground. So from the belly button down, everything's still on the floor. Drive your shoulders down, collarbones forwards and lift, chest bone forward and lift. End at the chest bone. Oi, oi, oi. Whew. And just make sure your shoulders are down. So you might be happier, straight arms, bent arms. It doesn't really matter. Find what works. Alright, full back bend. So I want to keep my pelvis more or less where it is. You might find your bum clenches, and I think it's fine. There's different opinions on it. My opinion is your glutes are there to protect your lower back, so I say go for it. Oh, so upper back, mid back, lower back. Crotch stays firmly on the floor, thighs are firmly on the floor. So my back bends aren't amazing. Oh, but I'm doing my best here. Whew. Collarbones forward up, chest bone forward up, end of chest bone. Oh, there's the good stuff. Make sure you can breathe. Okay, roll your way down. Woo! So I'm going to get some serious carpet burn on my chin in a minute. Let's do our slug stretch. So slug stretch is really, really upper back. By now, I think you know the rules for this. Chest on the floor. The closer the chest to the knees, the more you'll feel this. There we go. And try not to crunch your collarbones forwards. There. One arm forward. Oh, I hate these. 2 arms forwards. Oh God. See if you can lift your arms, sorry. First arm back. Second arm back. It's so hard to speak. Oh, and find you out of that one. Woo! Yeah, when you try and speak, obviously the floor's on your chin, so it's not great. Whee! Okay, the next one is definitely better with blocks, and actually it's better with higher blocks. So these little cardboard boxes for me are perfect today. If you've got your regular normal yoga block, of course, that's what I would normally be using. Okay. Whew. So I'm going to pretend I'm a shark, got my shark fin on my head, resting most of the back of the arm on my block or box, or you can do this with a chair as well, just use a chair, that's quite nice, like so. And then I'm just going to let everything sink down between these boxes. Oh. So this one's nice. So as you know, my shoulders are a bit wonky and wrecked. They're really flexible in some ways, they're really inflexible in others. So you guys might get lower than me. That's pretty good. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up we go. Woo! Onto pigeon pose. So the version of pigeon pose I'm doing, well, they're all the same. Pigeon pose is pigeon pose. But what I'm trying to do here is more about the back bend and the back leg and less about this stretch on the side of the bum. So the back knee should be facing straight down to the floor. Normally I would use a yoga strap for the next one. We're doing the reps pulling round. I'll have to see how I go basically, but you guys know what to do at home. So my hip bones are pointing square straight forwards. Let's just add a little back bend to this initially. So try and tense your butt cheek on the back leg. And just arch for a second. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so if you've got a yoga strap, hook it around your leg. We're going to do 5 rotations. Whew, let's see what happens. So the way I'm doing it without my yoga strap is palm to the ceiling, holding the outer side of my foot onto the small toes. As I arch, the elbow comes down and, whoops, rotates in theory. 1. And I'm coming back into my bend and bringing the other hand up to join the first one. There's 1. Oh. 4 more. So you want to really feel like your shoulders are not being wrenched out of their sockets. If that's what you're feeling, ooh, you need to use a yoga strap and give yourself a little bit more slack. There's 2. And, oh, 3. Oh. Yeah, I definitely normally use a yoga strap for this. 4. And number 5 coming up, here we go. Oh, woo! Actually, while we're here, I'm going to turn slightly so you can see this. Just lay forwards into a nice side of bum stretch. Now, whatever arm was just doing the stretch back, whatever leg is at the back basically, so for me it's this side. I'm going to walk it across, so it's my left arm, and I'm bending right, and you should get an awesome stretch down the side of your ribs. and I can just tickle my fingers along the ground to feel that nice pull. Come back to centre, bring it up, let's change sides. Whee! Okay, so pigeon stretch and into a back arch. If you see me checking my phone, I am just keeping an eye on the time, otherwise this could be the never-ending class. Got 10 minutes left. Okay, so back arch, nice and square, hips are forwards, butt cheek tenting at the back. Okay, onto our reps. So this is my good side in theory, but again, normally I don't do repetitions without the yoga strap. It's just on the edge of my flexibility is this, and really, you know, on that scale of 1 to 10, I feel I'm maybe at 8 or 9 here, which is more than I should be. 1. And 2. Tomorrow, when my arms can't move, that'll be the reminder that next week I need to bring my stuff to my mum's house. 2 to go. Last one. Ooh, yeah. There we go. Oh, lordy, I'm kind of stuck now. Woo-hee-ha. Okay. Oh, so just time for a couple of little bridges. I am just going to put a little forward bend for myself right now. Oh, lordy. So feel free to do shoulder bridge or full bridge. We've only got a few minutes left, so it's just a quickie at the end here. It is nice to do a full bridge with a wall. I am actually just going to move the camera a little bit so you can see what I mean. There we go, the other side of my mum's attic. So nice, this room, it's huge. It's wasted to put junk in it. Okay, so I'm using the door and hoping nobody opens it because they'll break my neck. But you can kind of push your chest towards the wall or the door or wherever you are to just see your progress. If you take photographs, you'll see yourself getting closer and closer to the wall. Okay, so shoulder bridge, first of all, just a normal one. So you can just round your spine, roll your way up, clench your bum, arch this thing as high as you can. So shoulder bridge, I'd say, is real glutes. You can walk your shoulder blades in, clasp your hands, push a little bit higher. Oh, it's absolutely lovely. Or you might want to put your hands under your back and push yourself up. You can even just give yourself a little mini massage with your thumbs each side of your spine as you go. Oh, that's nice. Or if you come in with me, I'm going to do a bridge. Today I'm only doing one. I'm not doing any fancy bridge stuff because we're running out of time. But I am basically trying to push my chest towards the wall. So it's a good guide to show me how my progress is going. So my palms, or my wrists are basically up to the wall here. Try and shoot up in one go. Don't kind of yank your way up in pieces if you can help it. Feet are hip width or narrower, don't go wider. And up we go. And I'm trying to get these arms straight. Oh, there we go. Straighten those arms. And I'm pushing back towards the wall. Staying here for 5, 4, straight arms, 3, 2, and 1, and coming down. Woo! Give those knees a little hug, maybe a little circle if you need it. just quickly doing a few little ab exercises just to switch the abs on after any back bends. It's a good idea. So when you're ready, curl your way up. We'll do 20 of each version, bent legs, straight legs, and scissors. Ready? 1, 2, 3 is the easy one. 4, 5, 6, 7. After this we're done. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Straight legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and scissor. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, little pulses, 18, 19, 20, last set. 2, 3, 4, yeah, feel it now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We are finished. Yay! Woo! Okay, so, I am feeling that today. I hope you guys are too. And yeah, I'll see you in person, I'm sure, sometime soon. At this point, if you want to do some needle scales or some splits or some more bridges, that's completely up to you. I'm finished. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you. See you later.